Hi everyone, thanks for watching another video about this CompTIA Security Plus certification. Today we're going to look at some exam questions. We will go over them together and hopefully we can learn from it. This way you have a good idea what you can expect on the exam. Thanks for watching, see you soon. Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another InfoSec Hub video. Today we're going to talk about the exam questions test number 17, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is quite difficult. I did this test a few times just to really remember the answers because they are difficult. But without any further ado, let's go into them. Test number 17. Hardware-based RAID level 0 is also known as disk striping. It decreases reliability. Failure of any disks in any array destroys the entire array. That's true. And let's see. It is suitable for systems where performance has higher priority than fault tolerance. So this is all true when it comes to RAID level 0. Continue. Hardware-based RAID level 1. Well, it requires 2 drives to implement, at least, because it's redundant. So you need 2 disks to have a RAID level 1 setup. It offers improved reliability by creating identical data sets on each drive. Failure of one drive does not destroy the array as each drive contains identical copy of the data. So it's an identical copy of the data. And it's also referred to as disk mirroring. Which of the following solutions would not decrease the risk of server downtime? Let's see, that's RAID 0. RAID 0. Because then it's not redundant. If your hard drive fails, then the data is down, your application will be down, maybe the database is down and crashed, and this will of course create server downtime. RAID 0 is fine, but if you make daily backups, then it is fine. You will only lose 24 hours of work, which is, yeah, inconvenient, but doable. If you have very important data on your server, always make sure that the server data is set up in a RAID 1 configuration. Continue. A type of twisted pair cabling equipped with additional protective cover that allows for reducing signal interference from outside sources and provides protection against eavesdropping is known as. A normal cable is called a UTP cable or a CAT cable, a CAT, C-A-T, but here this is STP, an STP cable. The S, just remember the S for secure. Continue. Which of the physical security control types listed below provides insulation from external computer networks? That's an air gap. An air gap is basically when you talk about Wi-Fi, when there's just an area in the net, an area inside the company space or just outside the company space where there's actually no network traffic possible. So with that, you create like a protective barrier. You cannot break in on the computer network through the Wi-Fi, for instance, an air gap. The term man-trap refers to physical security access control used to prevent unauthorized users from gaining access to restricted areas by following another person. Man-trap. Two-door entrance point connected. Yes, it's correct. This is a correct statement. Continue. Which of the following answers refers to the characteristic features of Faraday cage? Faraday cage, that's physical security control, that it provides protection against RFI, and it provides protection against EMI. Please Google RFI and EMI. Setting up hot and cold aisles in a server room allows for more efficient management of airflow. This is exactly correct. You have two airflows in the server room. The hot stream coming off the servers and the cold stream will be feeding into the servers to keep them cool. So yeah, it has to do with airflow and the management of the airflow. Continue. Which part of the AAA security architecture deals with the verification of a person or process? That's quite easy. That's the authentication process. Verification of the person is authenticating. Which of the answers listed below refers to the process of granting or denying access to resources? This has to do with the authorization. I know this as a application manager to authorize somebody for a part of the system or certain data to be seen or to be able to edit it. You can all manage that with the authorization controls within the application. So granting access or denying access, authorization. In the AAA security architecture, the process of tracking ascended services as well as the amount of consumed resources is called accounting. With accounting, you basically go over the logins, and if you see something, how many times people are logging in, what they are accessing and viewing, what they're altering. This is also part of the AAA security architecture. Accounting is always something for auditors to review if what the company writes in policy is also being tracked back through the accounting and the analyzing of logs and stuff like that. Authentication process can be based on different categories of authentication factors. Yes. Smart cards, username and passwords. Additional factors might include geolocation, user-specific activity patterns, keyboard typing style. Yeah, something you are, something you have, somewhere you are, and something you do. It's a correct statement, and it's very important inside, inside security. This. Continue. Which of the following examples meets the requirements of multi-factor authentication? Multi-factor. Well, password is usually standard, but then you need to something you have. An iris scan or fingerprint scan. So these apply, but it's multi-factor, so it can be these in combination with a password. So password and biometric scan. An authentication subsystem in which a single set of authentication credentials provide access to multiple systems across different organizations. The word here is different organizations. Not the same organization, but different organizations. Federation. Federation. This is the one we all probably most familiar with in our daily lives. An authentication subsystem in which a single set of authentication credentials provides access to multiple systems within a single organization is referred to as single sign-on. So you sign on once in the morning and that SSO software or whatever it is grants you access to all the subsystems that you have authorization for inside the company network, basically. A series of computer network standards used for implementing directory services is known as directory services. That's the X.500. Which of the answers listed below refers to a TLS-based directory access protocol? So we're looking for a protocol. Right out of the box, I see it because I worked with it in the past. LDAP, and then with an S, so LDAPs. LDAP standing for Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. So there you got the protocol, and S standing for secure. Assigning a unique encrypted key called a ticket to each user that logs onto the network is a characteristic feature of, I don't know how to speak it out, Kerberos? Kerberos? It's quite new, but that's a unique or a characteristic feature of this. In Kerberos-based authentication process, it's funny that they also mention it here. So if you didn't know what I've been seeing coming back in all the questions, then, oh, you mentioned this, then the previous answer must be Kerberos. So in this authentication process, the purpose of the client timestamp is to provide countermeasures against only one answer here, replay attacks. Which protocol ensures the reliability of the Kerberos authentication process? That's actually not IPsec or RTP or something like that. It's NTP, standing for Network Time Protocol. Network Time Protocol. Which of the following answers refers to radius alternative to a radius alternative developed by Cisco? Takakis Plus. Not Takakis, but Takakis Plus. Probably Cisco bought it and then did some tweaks to it and added the plus there. But I'm not really sure, but I just know it from reviewing these questions previous before recording this video. Takakis Plus. Cisco Takakis Plus. Which are the characteristics here? Kind of gives it away, doesn't it? Anyway, which are the characteristics of the Takakis Plus? That it encrypts. It encrypts. Primarily used for device administration. And it separates the authentication and authorization. Challenged handshake authorization protocol is remote access authentication protocol that periodically re-authenticates clients at random intervals to prevent session hijacking. Oh, that's so true. Beautiful, right? Which of the answers listed below refers to an obsolete authentication protocol that sends passwords in clear text? PAP. That's also a very old protocol, and that's not in use anymore. At least I hope so. Continue. This one I really didn't know, but after reviewing the question so many times, I just remember it. Which of the following answers refers to the latest Microsoft proprietary implementation of the Challenge Handshake Authentication Protocol? Just remember this protocol in conjunction with Microsoft, and this is the version 2 of this protocol. Finish. So let's go over the questions. Rate 1, rate 0, downtime, air gap. Looking good. Yeah, I reviewed so many times. I missed one. Encrypts the entire payload of the access request packet. Okay. Primarily used for device authorization, separates authentication authorization. Encrypts password. Okay, so I made a mistake to encrypt the wrong thing, but it does actually encrypt the payload of the access request packet. Okay. True PAP version 2, 25 questions, 24 answered correctly. Not bad. I find this pretty difficult, to be honest. This was a difficult test, this number 17. But hopefully you learned something from it, and we hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.